The dastardly bomb blast that occurred near Redford metro station yesterday evening shocked and pained entire India. As per newspaper reports, around 10 people were killed and more than 20 people were seriously injured in the bomb blast. The government has not clarified as to whether the blasts were a result of, a terrorist plot. The police are also silent on that aspect. But at the same time, the police have registered a first information report where clauses of UAPA Act, Section 16 and 18 have been invoked. This means the bomb blasts were part of a terrorist act. So we can very safely conclude that the bomb blasts were a result of a terror act. But we are not sure as to who were the people who executed the blast or who were the conspirators. But at the same time, certain incidents that happened in parts of Delhi and other nearby states yesterday point fingers to a new emerging phase of terrorism and who could be probably involved in the Delhi bomb blast. They are terrorist doctors. You will be surprised to, think about doctors who are involved in terrorism. But that's a reality. Yesterday, around 5 doctors were arrested from parts of Delhi and Haryana. Then, in a separate but related incident, 2 doctors who were preparing poison for using in terror acts were arrested from Gujarat. This is a really appalling development. I feel that it's not just India, but even other countries need to take note of this new development because you know terrorism reinvents itself every day. It takes new shape, new forms. Even as security agencies and authorities defeat them in one war, they assume a different form and come out the very next day. So this is the situation. I think this is a serious development which we needs to discuss. Welcome to Insights. I am Hari Kumar. Let me start with yesterday's bomb blast. It was around 6:50, or we could safely assume that the bomb blast happened between 6:30 and 7 o'clock because there are conflicting reports about the time. So let's forget about the time. Safely, we could assume that it happened between 6:30 and 7 o'clock. There was a blast at Subhash Marg, which is the road in front of gate number 1 of Redford metro station. It occurred at signal light, red light. We call it a lal bati in Hindi. So the blast occurred there. A car exploded. Initially, the report was that a Maruti Swift car with 3 passengers exploded. But later, it became very clear that actually there was only one person and he was driving the car and the car exploded. Even the number of the car is now in the public domain. It is 26C7674. The police has traced its initial owner. He is Mohammed Salman, a resident of Haryana. He had sold the car to one Nadeem. Nadeem again sold it to a second-hand car dealer, the company is called Royal Car Zone, that is situated at Faridabad in Haryana, again very near to Delhi, in the Delhi National Capital Region. And eventually, it was sold to a Kashmiri doctor. And the name of the doctor is Dr. Tariq. He is from Pulwama. Pulwama is notorious for the Pulwama terror attack. Now you got a whiff of what might have happened. And it is to be noted that Tariq, who bought the car, was associated with Muzammil, who is a doctor who has been arrested for his terror links, and from his office and premises, you would be shocked to know that more than 2,900 kilograms of explosives were seized by the police. That's a shockingly huge amount. The explosives seized included RDX, the major part was RDX, then there was ammonium nitrate, also nitro, which is a highly explosive thing. So this Muzamil, who was a doctor terrorist, is linked to Tariq, and from Tariq, the man who drove the car, his name is Dr. Muhammad Umar, again a doctor. He was driving the car. Now, this is the information available on public domain. What does it mean? It definitely points fingers at the terror group of doctors organization, or you could call them Jihadi medicos. So Jihadi medicos seem to be involved in this Delhi bomb blast. That is a dangerous development. You know, doctors who are very highly educated people, you cannot say that these people chose terrorism because they were poor, they had nothing to eat, they had so many grievances. No, absolutely not. These people are not having any such grievances. They are from very well off families. They have respectable jobs. They have good income. And still they choose to kill others. It means they are driven by ideology. They are misguided by ideology. They want to dominate over others. This is purely a will to dominate, a will to rule the society, to suppress other people. They think that those who follow other schools of thought, or those who believe in other theologies, those who are from other religion, needs to be exterminated. This is the reason. So now you realize the changing face of terrorism, how it is able to influence even educated youth. Educated youth are joining them in large numbers. It's not a one-off incident. It's something like a group of people. So you imagine the way this terror ideology works. So there is no excuse for those who have been arrested. The government has seized, thousands of kilos of explosives from them. And it seems that one of them might have, in desperation, carried out the attack. Initially, there were doubts about the motive or why these three people, how this explosion happened. Many experts were even thinking that it might have accidentally gone off. Because in suicide attacks, they don't, three or four people don't go for suicide attacks. That's a waste of, human resources. They are actually trained people. So terror organizations do not waste their lives. Since they are prepared to commit suicide, they are prepared to die, they would directly go in a car filled with explosives and ram it into some places of importance. But perhaps one thing is true. He might have been going to somewhere else, and the whole the explosives might have gone off accidentally. Otherwise, he could have rammed his car into some other place because there are busy markets in the neighborhood, or perhaps even he could have even rammed the car into the metro station, and that would have caused more damages. Perhaps his mind might not have worked, or perhaps people of Delhi might have been luckier. So anyway, damage is damage. Even if one person gets killed, it's a serious issue. But fortunately, it was limited to around 10 people. Now maybe, I don't know whether the death count will increase in the coming day. So I think there is every reason to doubt that the whole attack is linked to the group of medico-jihadis or jihadi doctors. So this is what could be safely inferred from the data available on public domain. Then many questions are now being asked as to why there is no crater where the car exploded. And some experts have come out with explanations like only if you use RDX, that would create craters. the terrorist who exploded might have used, ammonium nitrate, nitro. That could be the reason. And because it happened at the red light where a group of vehicles were there, the damage was a bit higher. Otherwise, this guy would have died in the blast. So this is the situation. I think the police have got enough evidences to follow up the case because they know the details of the car. They have zeroed in on the different owners of the car. It's a second-hand car, but still the string of owners have been traced out, and the first owner has been arrested. The houses of all these doctors have been identified, but still I feel that perhaps the doctors might were not bothered. They were anyway willing to commit suicide for their ideology, their cause. So they might not have been worried. They actually might have wanted to do something to shock the society, and the government needs to be very careful. India has been a bit relaxed these days because such incidents have not been many such incidents have not been happening, but of course isolated many smaller incidents have been happening. And another important factor is the terror group might have chosen this time because election is going on in Bihar. The focus of the government is on Bihar. The union government, the union home minister is positioned at Bihar. So that could be the reason they might have had the temerity to carry out an attack at this point of time. Anyway, I will be back with updates as to which organization was involved, what is the latest disclosure of the government. Meet you with updates. Till then, goodbye.